Hey guys, Shane here. Real quick before we get started on this week's video, I want to remind you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Do check to make sure you haven't been unsubscribed by YouTube, because it seems that that's been a thing recently, according to a couple of people who've reached out. Give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and let me know what you think. Now, on to the video. Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Trains with Shane YouTube channel. This one's kind of a will it run, kind of a product review, kind of a two-in-one. This is used. I know that it's been through at least a couple of hands before it got to mine. Although it is fairly new, I'm still going to treat this as kind of a will it run, because, you know, it isn't absolutely brand new. So, one friend of mine had this, and then another friend of mine got it from him, and then that friend offered it to me. So I decided to pick it up. One good thing that I'm sure a lot of you guys experience in the train community is that your local friends and club members in your area probably know some of your favorite roads, favorite diesel types, rolling stock types, the kind of stuff you like to model, the kind of hardware you look out for, you know, this kind of thing. So when Tom messaged me and asked me if I was interested in this little deal right here, I jumped at the opportunity. I've actually had it in my possession for a couple of months. Life has been busy. You guys know how it is. But we just hit the 2,000 subscriber mark, so I am very excited about that. Going to be putting together a pile of parts. Well, I say parts, a pile of locomotives and other rolling stock to give away on the 2,000 subscriber celebration giveaway. I want to have two separate giveaways, one here and one for my patrons. So if you guys want a double opportunity to win something, be sure to head over and become a Patreon supporter. Every little bit helps. Without further ado, let's jump into this. This is obviously a Broadway limited locomotive. This is an ES44AC in Kansas City Southern colors with Paragon 4 DCC and sound. GE is not my favorite. You guys know that I love EMD, and more specifically, I guess what they call the second generation diesels, SD40-2 being the absolute favorite, GP40s, GP38s, even first gen GP7s, 9s, SD 9s, basically all of the good old EMD two strokes are my favorite. But I am not going to say no to something from one of my favorite roads. You know that MKT is my number one favorite, but close behind is Kansas City Southern. And those of you that have been with the channel a while know that a couple of family members, my great uncle Boyd, who we lost a little over a year ago, rest in peace, a fantastic, I can't express how good of a person Uncle Boyd was. From what I understand, worked for Kansas City Southern for a very long time. His son Mitch, I guess that would be a second cousin for me. I don't know how all the first cousins. He was my dad's cousin, Mitch. Also Kansas City Southern, at least that's what his sister Renda tells me, because I asked her. Maybe I need to reach out to Mitch and maybe have him on the channel one of these days. We'll see. Both of these individuals, both very beloved members of my family, both Kansas City Southern for their entire career, from what I understand. So, Kansas City Southern, very dear to me. So, this one, road number 4859. This one on one side, let's see if I can get it right up in here in your teeth, is Kansas City Southern de Mexico. And it is a safety commitment locomotive. I don't know much about this particular unit. Sound off in the comments, guys. What do you know about this? Let's get her out here. Also, what do you guys think about Broadway Limited while I try to extricate this from its cocoon, which always tends to be a little bit of an arduous task? I have had almost universally good results with their stuff, although I do have one unit that you guys have not seen on the channel yet that has been somewhat problematic. A video will happen, I just haven't got there yet. I love Broadway Limited's boxes and stuff, but it's just hard to get the locomotives out because they're packed so well on this phone. So here's our guest. Let's pick some of these foamies out of here. All right, let's get a close-up look. Got our ditch lights in the front, got our plow, MU hoses. I need additional light. I do not see a separate coupler cut lever. It looks like it's molded in, which I'm okay with as I keep bumping the camera with my flashlight. See our Kansas City Southern logo. Got our window here, which looks like, yep, painted. We have separately applied grabs all over the short hood here on this wide comfort cab. Separately applied, I'm guessing this is an AC unit on here. I thought the AC units were built into the comfort cab back here. I don't know. This might be some kind of communications array or something like that. Guys, let me know again if you know what those are. I'm not used to all of the features on GE locomotives. I believe this is the dynamic brake array up here, the resistor bank. Pretty good detail. Almost looks like we have, maybe not. It almost looks like that cab window is inset as though it might be movable. I'm not gonna try to force it or anything. Looks like molded in front grabs here on the very nose. Decent horn detail. Looks like we've got some warning labels on the top. Molded in lift rings, which is fine. I guess they're lift triangles, aren't they? Our 5-chime horn. Our exhaust stack, this is where the flames shoot out. Decent grill detail back here, although not very see-through. It looks like this is probably a molded in piece. Our separately applied brake wheel. Good detail here. It looks like they shaded this in to give it additional depth on the lower grills here. And maybe even a little bit of that going on up here for extra depth. Very cool. My Espanol es no bueno, amigos and amigas. So let's see what the English side says. Get our piece of foam here. I need to stop trying to do all this through the camera viewfinder. It just never works out well. I should just look at it and do it. Safety starts here. And I'll bet it does. See, my greasy thumbprints have already put greases on our fuel tank. Have our sight glass here, our fill cap gauge. I'm guessing that is also a gauge. The truck detail is decent. Looks like we've got spots for some knuckles, maybe to hang. I'm not sure. That might be. Is that even a thing anymore, guys? Do they even hang those on the trucks, or do they hang them on the pilots, or what? I know that spares used to be carried. I don't remember where. We've got some separately applied grabs at the end of the long hood down here. Nice big flared radiators like the GEs have. Very prominent numbering on the back. No lit number boards on the rear. I think the front number boards are lit. We will check that out. Here's our speakers. That's where all the fun noises come from. Adjust my grip here. Yep, definitely a little bit of wear here. Not terrible. Notice on our surfaces here, you can see the wear mark. Pretty clean. My friend Tom mostly runs DC. He will run some DCC stuff if it has a dual mode decoder like these do, but he prefers to run straight DC for a bunch of reasons that I totally get. So now that we've taken a close-up look at this quite attractive unit, I've never seen it in real life, but I'm hoping that this is a pretty good representation of the prototype. What do you guys say we get this over onto a test track, find out what it does and what it doesn't do? I'll see you guys over there. All right, guys, we are over on the Inglenook executive switching layout. We've got our NCE power cab here set to our cab number because that's what Tom told me it was. So let's see. What do we try first? Let's try, what is it, F9, I think, on the Paragon. Well, sounds like we got a winner there. Let's see. Got a working bell. I don't think it's coming through on the camera, but when I hit the bell, we do get ditch lights. Let me... Alternating ditch lights, that's pretty cool. I say bell when we hit the horn. That cab light is bright. That's not prototypical. Let's see. Let's inch her forward a little bit. That's number 2 on our speed. Not bad so far. Let's slow her down. When I come to a stop, that cab light turns on automatically. I'll have to figure out what function that is. Let's back her up. Well, she seems to make all the right noises. This is speed step 1 here. It kind of throttles up and then throttles back to coast. That's pretty neat. Pretty good sound effects too. Yeah, I don't know how to operate, guys, at least not prototypically, so. All right, let's stop and let's shut her down. Well, it takes a long time for that GE prime mover to spin down. So let me know what you think, guys. Will it run? It sure does. Spoiler, I had to do a decoder reset with ye old power cab before it would work. That isn't incredibly uncommon. I had to do it with one of my brother's units that he just received as well. So it's not a huge deal, at least not to me. Let me know what your guys' experience is. Do you often have to do decoder resets when you get DCC units? I am very happy with this unit. It is going to have a honored place amongst my fleet. I'm going to be pruning some of that down a little bit. As you guys know, as I said earlier, I'm going to be giving some of it away in our 2,000 subscriber and our Patreon giveaway. So look forward to that here in the next couple of weeks. I don't have a timetable on that just yet. Life is getting in the way, as you know it always does, but there will be at least one DCC locomotive in that giveaway. Yeah, we'll figure it out. At least one DCC, at least 2 other DC. So if you aren't subscribed, be sure to subscribe. You are going to have to be a subscriber to win anything in our giveaway. None of this stuff is going to be sponsored. It's all out of my own personal collection that I bought and paid for with my own money. So yeah, I can't believe we made it to 2,000 subs, guys. I think we're at 2009 currently. It has been a milestone that seemed like it was going to elude me over the last couple of months. And that, along with, you know, the life choices, not necessarily choices, but the trials and tribulations and stuff of life, being life, have kind of had me in not the best mood, not wanting to really do much. But hitting 2,000 subs has renewed a little bit of vigor in my journey here, and I want to thank each and every one of the 2,000 of you who have subscribed And a big shout out to those of you that continue to comment on the videos, offer suggestions, offer stories, ways that the channel has helped you. I'm humbled by that. That's the reason why I do this, because I could set up and run trains, you know, real easy, but having to film this stuff, edit it together, and all that is extra effort that one does not need to enjoy the hobby. I do this for you guys and trying to keep this hobby alive. So with that, I'm going to wrap this one up. Again, I want to thank you for joining me on another Will It Run episode on the Trains with Shane YouTube channel. I will see you guys in a couple of weeks, and until then, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.